911 Emergency Center.
Hi, I live out here by, sorry, I'm upset. There's a large explosion out here by our house.
Okay.
And the guy next door to us to the west, he blew himself up.
Some of the things that we deal with and see, impact on somebody psychologically can be pretty heavy.
Visible flames from the side of the building.
Together we succeed, and together we get the job done.
Yeah, he was in his back garage and there was a large explosion.
What's the crash?
There's cars all over the place.
Okay, where's that? People are all over the place. Ma'am? Okay, where's the crash? There's a bunch of people are getting off the bus.
There's a number of floors on fire. It looks like the plane
Ma'am, we need to know where. People are street, okay?
The whole bridge fell into the river.
I guess let's go see responding, guys. The whole outside of the building was just a huge explosion.
The job changes every day.
Yes, I was on the bridge that just collapsed.
Okay, are you hurt?
I'm in the middle. I'm not bad. I'm in the middle of the river, though.
You're in the middle of the river?
911 David 10-4.
We learn to trust each other real quick.
I've done it for 19 years, and I love it.
You become a family.
They know they've got to depend on you, and that's a really good feeling, but you know you can depend on them, and that's a better feeling.
10-4, thank you.
Put in your application,
Try to get some experience.
They can come do some job shadowing
take your physical written test.
and get an inside look, maybe a little bit at what goes on.
This is a very family-oriented job.
And that's the big thing here is service. We're public servants.
That right there might give them an inclination to whether they really like the stuff or they don't.
It's a very rewarding job.
There's always something to learn.
Couldn't imagine doing anything else right now.
Find out in a hurry if it's cut out for you.
D1 we need more personnel. Everybody in the house, come help. Distance in here. Roger. All interiors, we're going to go on channel 2. Agent 34 to command, we got a full crew down the ground. You want some speed up? Receive, we'll be the call emergency mode. You got a full crew, please. Thank you.
And what we're looking for is people that can come in here and get along with other people.
Day in and day out. We live with each other. Modesty, down to earth.
Intestinal fortitude.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Somebody just needs to have their feet pretty firmly planted on the ground.
You're climbing into a burning building. You got to trust the person you're with.
You're depending on these guys. You work, you train with them.
And it's more of like a family than just co-workers, so that's the important part about it, really.
You get a lot of training opportunities.
On a daily basis.
Our training is excellent here.
Grand Island obviously is at the top.
Well above a lot of some of the other departments.
We do a really good job training here.
The ice rescue, auto extrication, live fire burns.
A lot of this training you don't see in the smaller departments and even some of the bigger departments.
We're doing a pretty good job trying to keep up with equipment, so a very aggressive training program in Grand Island.
Always a chance to learn a new skill is great.
Think you know it all after 10 years or 20 years. You don't. I mean, you can be on the job 30 years and you're learning every day.
That's got to be one of the most difficult things there is to do, is figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life as a teenager, because you really have no idea. But the day you find out, you will know it, because it'll hit you like a ton of bricks. And the day that I started doing this is the day I found out what I wanted to do.
I remember when I first started, a mentor that I had told me, he says, okay, as soon as you step off your rig, take your own pulse first. Take 3 breaths and then get into it.
You see people at their worst. You see them in a crisis when somebody's either been in a wreck or if somebody's having a heart attack. We have to remember that, after a while, we have to stay calm because we can't become part of the problem. And like Russ said, this is a very family-oriented job. And I'm with these same 5 guys, 120 days a year for 24 hours. It's just a job. It's a fun job. It's a good job.
It is a fun job at times. Sometimes it really isn't. All the stuff that we get into, But as far as rewarding, most of the time we have good outcomes. Other times we don't. And those are the tough parts. That's when we rely on each other to help us through those tough times. You know, some of us come from the city, some of us come from farms, some of us come from big cities and want to scale down into a smaller city. It's just a very diverse group. We all have our different talents, you know, on and off the job.
Myself, I enjoy physical fitness and I enjoy cooking. You know, and it's just you try to apply all those traits to your job here. And if you trust me, if I screw a meal up or if I screw something up, these guys are going to let me know. But it is fun. You know, like you said, you eat with these guys, you're with these guys for 24 hours.
This job is all about stamina. I know when the younger guys come in, they're ready to go 100 miles an hour for 24 hours. Well, that isn't the case. Us older guys will take them by the hand and say, you need to slow down, pace yourself, because once you get through one of our 30-minute bottles, you think, oh, I'll go get another bottle and I'll go right back in. That isn't the case, because when you're pulling down ceiling or or using an axe to open up a roof, pulling hose, loading hose, moving things around because something else flared up somewhere else, you need to have that stamina, because you're wearing approximately 50 to 70 pounds extra, and then when it gets wet, it's even heavier.
You need endurance. Get on a treadmill. Work cardiovascular, whether it be a stair stepper, a treadmill, anything like elliptical machines, and push yourself.
And run and ride a bicycle, do something physical.
You need to push yourself. Get that maximum heart rate up there. Get it where it's supposed to be so you can push yourself. I mean, you only get out of it what you put into it. It's just rewarding. You see it in your wife's eyes, you see it in your children's eyes, and you go home with a feeling of accomplishment. You're serving the public, and you're hopefully serving them well. You're making a difference in somebody's life. And it is a good job. It's a fun job, a rewarding job.
It's great. The school system's a good system. The housing market is good. You know, there's things for families to do.
We recently moved here. My family loves it here. It's a nice community to work for.
Grand Island is a great place to work for. The guys go out of their way to help you out. I walked in the door and they knew I had some experience behind me and stuff like that, but they were just the utmost respect. I came from a paramilitary organization where, you know, you call the guys captain, and I came here and they'd say, I'm not captain, I'm Kevin or I'm Tom or whoever it might be. The guys really make you feel at home. There's a little bit of ribbing that goes on here and there, and that's part of growing up with it. If they didn't rib you, then they didn't like you. You'd really have to worry about things like that.
It's a right-sized town. You know, it's a nice-sized town. We're busy enough. You know, we see a lot of the good action, but we're not so busy that we're overwhelmed like Lincoln or Omaha or some of the big cities where you just get burned out.
The education that you get, you know, just on the job, we've got a lot of experience. A lot of experienced captains, a lot of experienced medics, a lot of experienced firefighters, and just draw on them to, you know, they'll teach you what you need to know.
Give me a cross street to the bridge. What's that get up? I don't know. Please, I need a